welcome and thanks for subscribing. Those who haven't, please just click the like button there. So I just stole some time. I'm at work now. I'm in one of the doctor's rooms. So I'm not sure how it's going to be visible when we come to you guys viewing the video. It's going to be like this or like that. But yeah, everything's been good. I hope you guys have been well and been coping. So this video is more about how to get into medicine, more especially in essay, or in fact how to become a doctor. I don't know which one I should. But the main thing is, if I've shared a video about myself, how I got into medicine. So this is just a highlight. The inspiration behind this video is that a lot of learners, they don't know how to apply, they don't know how to get into medicine, to get to apply. And a lot of people want to do medicine. So there are a few things that needs to be done before you get into medicine. So definitely you need to be a good student for you to get straight into the what you call this, the first program. You need to be an A student. So we're going to have different guys. I think I'm going to write in this. So we're going to have different guys. We have a learner, and we have a postgrad, and yeah. So if you're still in matric or grade 11 thinking of pursuing medicine, so the first thing that you need to do to make sure is that you are excelling. I wouldn't lie to you. For guarantee, you need to get an average of 80. An average of about more than 87. That one, I can guarantee you. If you get an average of 87, you're going to get into medicine. So you need to know and you need to be true to yourself when you get to grade 11, grade 12. When you apply for medicine, and make sure that your grades are good. You cannot apply with your grade 11 results where you got 670s or one distinction and or two distinctions and the rest is 70s. They won't take you. They won't consider you. You know those provisional acceptance with those grade 11s, the grade 11 results that are less. Unless you got 6 distinctions in grade 11 results, then you can use them. So you make sure that your grade 11 results are good. Your grade 12 results, you make sure, please, for guarantee, right, 7 distinctions. If you fail to that 7 distinction, get 6. Your average should be around plus minus 87 average. That should be what your aim is. And then now you get that. This is a learner, right? You get that. Now, in terms of applying, so you want to do medicine. You've got 9 medical schools in South Africa. I think they're even adding up. Nelson Mandela, Limpopo. So you got Cape Town, you have Stellenbosch, you got UCT, Stellenbosch, you got Walter Sisulu, you have KZN, and I'm not sure KZN and that's the same thing. You got VETS, UP, SMU, UL, yeah, it's quite a few. So you make sure that you apply in those universities. But here's the trick. If you want to do medicine, want to apply for medicine, you need to go straight and apply for medicine. You cannot go and say your first choice is medicine. Your second choice is dentistry. Your third choice is physiotherapy. Do you think they're going to take you? In fact, let me not ask you because you're not aware. So you cannot go there and choose other courses as your second options, because the chances of you being taken in those second choices are very minimal. The reason behind is that there is someone who applied for physiotherapists as their first. There is someone who applied for dentistry as their first. So you saying that I did my first choice as medicine, my second choice is dentistry, it's null and void. Your second choice won't even matter, unless then you got 7 distinctions, 90 average also, but it won't matter, So you need to make sure that if you are doing your first application, your first choice is medicine. Second choice, you cannot put physio, you cannot put speech, you cannot put dietitian. Those things, they've got their people who did first choice. So if you get taken, it's by luck. The reason why I don't want you to do that is because let's take you don't get taken into medicine, all right? and you have selected, let's say for an example, I prefer that you select BSc. You have selected BSc. You sort of stand a chance to get into BSc, even though it's difficult. Honestly, one thing that I need to say to you guys who are in Metric now is that Metric 2022 is that, and from 2022 going forward, is that if you have the Metric or the Umarusi or the exam, national whatever exam, it has made Metric so easy in such a way that everyone gets to pass, in such a way that the competition is tough. If you don't capitalize on it, you're not gonna survive, survival of the fittest and all those things. So if you don't capitalize on it, you're not gonna survive. Things have been so easy, very easy. People back then in medicine used to enter medicine with 4 distinctions, in Medunsa. You enter medicine with 5 distinctions, But these days it's difficult. Currently it's difficult because the standard is so low in such a way that everyone gets to have it. And if you're unlucky, you think you've got 4 distinctions, you won't be able to make it. So the distinctions are plus minus 6, 7 distinctions with the average around 87. Then you are guaranteed into medicine. So coming back to the second option. Second option, like I say, I would consider you put BSc. And again, putting BSc doesn't mean that you'll be taken in BSc. Because you have people that you believe, you pledge yourself that I'm going to get 7 distinctions at the end of the year. You apply for medicine, you apply for things that, come January the following year, your results are coming back, you have applied for medicine, you have applied for big courses, take it, you're smart in the class, now you come back to university, you come back to those so-called university, and now you start having depression, So one thing I need to say, be true to yourself. So if you're going for something, please do so. Second option, put BSc, but it doesn't mean that you'll be taken in BSc, right? There are people who went for BSc as their first, and some of them could be even beating you with your marks. So applying, getting into university these days, it's difficult, guys. Metric has been so easy. Getting into university has been so difficult because everyone is just capitalizing, right? So those 2 things. I wanted to say something, I just forgot about it now. So first choice, please make sure that's your first choice. Your second cannot be something which is a cream. You cannot put your first choice as dentistry. You cannot put it. And if you're going to, not sure about engineering and medicine, if you go to vets and say your first choice is medicine, your second choice is engineering. Your first choice is engineering, your second choice is engineering, third choice is medicine. They're going to take health at the top because health comes first. So they're going to take it at the top, and your first choice now will be automatically a health career. So usually it's been done in vets and all those other big universities. So we've just about the first choice, how to get your first choice. So make sure when you get your first choice, you're true to yourself. Oh yeah, the thing that I wanted to mention is when you look at that prospectus, do not be fooled, please. Do not be fooled by the prospectus. It says if you want to get into Medunsa, when you look at it, you say, okay, Medunsa Vet, it's easy to get into, SMU, sorry. It's easy to get into SMU, it's easy to get into this. So when you look into it, you think, okay, they said they need 5. How many do they want? I think they said they need 5, level 6, or I think something like that. Guys, that thing, you must scratch it out. Doesn't work. It doesn't. Totally doesn't work. It doesn't work. There are going to be people who are getting 7 distinctions, and you are just aiming for that 50. So if you've been, this thing's not counting, okay. If you've been getting distinctions, then okay, please continue. But if you're not sure, have hopes. At the same time, do apply to law university for something that you love and you can maintain. You can apply for IT at TUT, or apply for something that that if my medicine doesn't go well, I still can qualify with who I am. Because you can pledge and hope that you get this much of grades right at the end of the year. But at the same time, do not be don't raise your hopes too high in such a way that when it comes to January results are coming, every university has rejected you, right? You make sure. you balance them. You apply in the big universities, also in the small universities. That's how you get to not to be taking a gap year at the end of the year. So that's one way. You applied, you get your grades, you applied, you put your second option as BSc, right? So that's the first way is getting into medicine, right? Provided your grades are good. 87% average, 6-7 distinctions, you are good to go. The other way of it is when you go through another degree, right? That's way 2. So what you do now is that, okay, I know I don't qualify for metric. I know that I might not be perfect to get those grades, but what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go for BSc 1. I'm going to go for any health. I qualify for any other health course like speech, physio, OT, occupational therapist, or any other thing. Then you go for those things, or radiography. You go for those things, right? So this is when you know that, hey, myself, I'm not too strong here, right? Or when you had a second option and you were taking that option, like your second option was BSc, mostly they'll take you there. So you finish this degree and you then convert to and apply to medicine. Now you come as a postgrad, right? You come as a postgrad because you finished your degree and then now you are going back to apply to medicine, right? That's the third way. So the first one, fresh from a street, you go straight. Average 87 distinctions and all those things, right? Second, you just go straight to BSc. You just go straight to any other degree. You go straight, then after that you come. So the third one is like your postgrad. It's been long ages you graduated and now you want to come back to medicine. So it's more like the same as this. So as BSc, guys, you go to vets, you go to UP, you go to wherever. I need to be clear with you with BSc. Those who were taken into medicine and they said, no, okay, you can go to medicine, then you switch. It's not easy. It's not easy to do first year of BSc, then the second year going to medicine. People finish 3 years. People end up doing honors, masters in BSc. And BSc is one of the most difficult undergrad module or career that you can take. It's pure maths, pure science, everything. It's clean, raw. So it's not easy. So a lot of you guys have been told that, okay, we go to university, you're not qualifying for medicine, you're not qualifying for this degree. Okay, we give you BSc. It's Bachelor of Sciences. Bachelor of Sciences. You can do maths, it's just the basics of everything. After that, you can move to whatever you want to move in, because just like the intermediate, it's in between. You can go anywhere after doing that. You can do teaching, you can go engineering, you can go anywhere. So it's not easy once you get there, because they'll tell you, okay, do this, switch 1 year. When you get there, you're in university. You get there, you can start developing love for it, then you forget about medicine. Okay, fine. You can get there and forget about your university again. You forget your dream that, hey, I'm here to get into medicine, right? You get to relax. You get to be, probably you've seen that person that was smart at home, at school, they went to do medicine or engineering, then jiki they are there in university doing BSc, and then from there, not to say BSc is bad, then after that, they come back, now he's graduated, unemployed, but he was smart at school, he was smart in the village, probably now he's doing teaching, so it needs you to be brave. Because if you are going to do that and you're not brave, then you're not going to make it. So it's not just a thing of 1 year, you get there and then you can just switch. You can fail to switch. Then you have to be brave to study hard second year and third year. And then from there, we're talking about distinctions, average of more than 25% in your modules. Physics, maths, biology, everything. So a lot of guys end up just giving up there and they say, I'm gonna do BSc. Others, they capitalize on it, right? They capitalize on it, they do med stats, they do whatsoever, they do honors, masters, they end up eating from it, they end up developing love. So what I'm saying is that when you choose BSc and say you want to do medicine, make sure that when you get into university, there are many factors that can counteract the girls, boys, alcohol, church, gym, hardly, everything can take your time there. So when you get there, your mind needs to be open, because you can get these confounding factors, and before we know it, the dream that I want to do medicine has gone away, So that's BSc. And again, finishing BSc doesn't mean that you get into medicine. It doesn't mean that you get it. Only few people are taken. Like, you finish degree, you can go into medicine. Only few people are taken there to say, okay, now you can go into medicine. Apply, because it's postgrad level now. So if someone comes with high grades and everything, they can take you. But again, you don't only apply in one university with your postgrad, you apply everywhere. So it's just 3 years. The fourth year, the fourth year could be doing your first year. SMU, I'm not sure. I think they take plus or minus 5 now. Other universities, UP, you try there. So that's BSc, right? That's BSc. Again, just to add on this BSc, if you are at Vets University, and I think it's Vets, I'm not sure about the other university, there's something called GEMP. I forgot what it means. So, then the abbreviation. But basically what it means is that if you go to Vets and you go do BSc in sciences or something of that nature, you do it 3 years. And in that 3 years, you apply into medicine. Then they will take you to third year medicine, right? When they take you to third year medicine, it means that you don't just go. You apply first, you get accepted. Once you get accepted, you go write an exam, right? That exam, apparently, it's anatomy and physiology. Once you pass that exam, you go to third year medical school. Third year medicine. It's a GMP program, GEMP, GEMP program. You go straight into third year, but it's not easy. But there are people out there, check on YouTube, there are people out there that are helping guys, because they've written the same thing, that are helping guys with this GMP program. They know, they went through that, and now they're sharing, and there's a group. In fact, I once assisted someone. There's a group, WhatsApp group, material, everything. They prepare you. Those, for now, they've become doctors, some are finishing. So there's a group for that. That's just under BSc. So the other part was, if you take another health degree, you just applied straight for radiography as a first year, you get your radiography, okay, I've been wanting to medicine. This is when you know that my marks might not get me into medicine, but they can get me into radiography. Or when you just applied for radiography and say, like, I love medicine, then you can apply. Again, they take few percentage. It's not like they take 20, it's not like that. They take few percentage. So that's how you can get into medicine in South Africa, as far as I'm concerned. Right? Let me recap. Matric, your grade 11 results are good, you use them. 7 distinctions there, you use them. Or your grade 12 results are good, 7 distinctions, 6 distinctions, average 87 plus or minus, you go straight apply for medicine, you get in. If your marks are not certain, 70s whatsoever, and you apply for medicine, your second option cannot be dentistry. There cannot be other courses. You need to take something less, like BSc, because, like I said, there is someone who has applied for that course as first choice. So they cannot consider you as coming as a third choice. You don't love it, you're just thinking about it, And then the other one is going straight to BSc. You know that my marks are not good. I go straight to BSc. I go straight to radiography or whatsoever, and after that I switch, But I've said again, it's not easy. So the GEMP program, it's in Vets. I'm not sure about UP and other universities, but with us it doesn't apply, right? There are some courses that are there, and it doesn't really work out with us. So there's something that I want to admission. requirements or status. Yeah, I want to touch on this before I go. So that's how you get into medicine as far as I'm concerned in South Africa. Now, there's Cuba. There's Cuba, and I think the program still continues. Nelson Mandela, Fidel Castro program, right? There are many guys. I think every year they take how many? 600, I think. Yeah, I think they take 600 if I'm not mistaken every year. So that one is provincially guided. So if you're from Limpopo, they say you're from Limpopo, from which. So you can just check out the forms. Probably they're going to be out now, soon, later, around May. I think that's when they close. So that's when you can do your medicine abroad. Let me just say this: abroad, and under abroad there's Cuba. Cuba application March, somewhere in March, April, yeah, somewhere there the application will be out provincially. So you apply in your province. Anyone can apply. If you are doing your first degree or whatever degree in the university, you can apply, send your results, shortlisted, interview. Then you go there for plus minus 6 years, 5 years, and then you go later. Your years are different from ours. Your year starts somewhere in September, so you go in October. You finish 1 year just learning Spanish. Then you start medicine. You start everything. You come back here when you are doing 5th year. You come join us. You finish 5th year. Then you do final year with the final year of that medical university at that level. Right? You just can't do final year with those guys because they usually come around August, October. They join the program. Then the following year they do final year, then they go work, right? So that's another way, but it's not easy going abroad. You are funded, fully funded, but it's not easy going abroad, leaving family. You come after 2 years or so to visit, then you come again. So it's not easy out there. It's a foreign country, many regulations. So it really needs someone who's really tough, strong, brave to say I'm going abroad. I'll try to invite someone who's been in Cuba to just come share how it is from there. The other parts, I've got a few friends abroad. Russia, you can do Russia. Medicine in Russia, I don't have much information, but you can do medicine in Russia. Again, it's a foreign country, guys. That thing must be put in your mind. I'm not sure if they got the sponsorship from there, but I believe so. So it's not sponsored by government, Russia, China. Is it France or UK? Yeah, there are a few people that are abroad doing medicine. As long as you get sponsorship, your family has guap, has money, you can do those countries. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. Then coming back to one thing that people have been contacting me about, it's about, hey, I'm waiting for my results. Hey, I'm waiting for admission, So I just wanted to share this. In SMU, we have got they take around 250 students, right? 250 students. We've got the MBCHB program, and we've got the extended program, which is ECP, right? And the MBCHB program, they take 200. And ECP, they take 50. So, for an example, ECP is 7 years. MBCHB straight mainstream it's 6 years. So those ones, for example, now whoever is taking in extended program, now they're doing their first year, right? Which means that next year they're going to do first year, which is going to be their second year, but it's first year. Then they're joining those guys who are currently doing matric now, right? Those guys are currently doing matric, those guys are postgraduate, whatever. It's 200 of them total. So those guys that are going to be taken next year for mainstream is 200. So when you join the total is 250. That's how the last time I checked, that's how they're doing it, right? So now out of that 250, already 50 is taken away because it's extended program. Then you got 200, right? So when you have got 200, you've got guys from the army, right? So these are programs, like, you've seen doctors being like, hey, I'm a soldier. You've seen soldiers, I'm a soldier and everything. So the army has a relationship with the university. So the army can have 10 seats in that 200. So probably you're left with what? 190, right? I'm just going to break it to you so that it comes to you, because this thing is catered for everyone. So we talked about 250. The 50 students is the previous year extended program. We are left with 200. The 210 slots are for students that are coming from the army, right? You are left with 190. Then another 10 is probably from postgrads, whoever's coming back as a second degree. Yeah, yeah, it's postgrad as well, whoever's, yeah. Then 10 of them, you're left with 180. Yeah? In this 180, there's a slots for Black African, right? There's a slot for colors. There's a slot for white people. There's a slot for international students. Did I leave anyone else? Black, colored, white, international students. Yeah. So you see these 4 slots are going to be divided in this 180. Yeah? But again, it depends which university it is. So if we're in SMU, Black people will come first, right? Because it's pro-Black university. If you check the establishment, it says that. So definitely you won't have as many white percentages as Black if you look at SMU. So, and this, I think this is being practiced in all over the university, just that some university, they take higher, a lot of whites, some they take less, Black less, and all those things. But it's the same thing. So you find that the percentages, you find that maybe Black people in, let's just say 10%, in 100% Black people, they take 65, right? And then coloreds, they take 5%, right? Whites, they take 10%, right? And then international students 5%, right? Indians again, maybe 5%. So you can see when we look into that 180 that we had, right? I agree that it was 250. So it was 250, 50 external program. Then the 10 went to the soldiers, the 10 went to postgrad, right? Then we left with 180. So you might find that 30 students out of 180, it's whites. Ne? So you're left with 150. And then you find that in this 150, 10 of them are Indians, you're left with 140, right? 5 of them are international, you're left with 135, right? And then, so if you are coming from, let's say, Pretoria Boys High or Parktown High, you're not competing with someone who come to Ntuba there, or someone who come from Njerere there, or someone who comes from Didi Mabuza, high school. You're not competing with them. If you're coming from Parktown High, you're competing with someone coming from Crawford, or coming from Pretoria Boys High, Girls High, If you're coming from Tuba with someone that side of wherever in Tuba side, Njerere, that's where you're competing with the people. Didi Mabuza, Komazi Circuit, that's where you're competing with the people. Né? So you can just imagine. That's the breakdown of how they take the students. Right? Some people are lucky in a way that some they get to be taken, they get to choose. You find someone applied 7 distinctions, high average, That person applied in SMU, VETS, UCT, for medicine. Then those guys, when they get accepted, they're then taken to all the universities. But they say, okay, no, I want to go to UCT. Oh, no, I don't want VETS. Oh, then that's when the average comes down to you, So you find this person was admitted to SMU, but he said, no, I'm going to UCT. His slot is open. Then that's where there's a waiting list. They put you on the waiting list to see if that person will accept the admission, the letter. If they accept, then you're out. If they say, I'm choosing to go to VETS, UCT, wherever, then it gets down until they've got the cutoff. So that's why when they start taking, they start with 7 distinctions. 7, 7, 7, 7, but not everyone who got 7 distinctions is going to come to SMU, right? So they then cut. When the 7 distinctions average, they use the 2. It's exhausted, they go to 6, and they average there, just like that, until there's saturation. And that's all in a nutshell. That's how you get to be chosen, and that's how you get to medicine. So, recap again, how do you get into medicine? Please, learners, apply first. Apply before application closes. By June, most of the medical universities are closing their applications. So, apply. It's easy, it's online. I had an encounter with someone who applied, never paid even in the application fee. So, you apply, you upload documents, you pay your things, your application fee, upload your ID, upload your application fee, upload whatever necessary documents that are there. These days, it's easy to do those things. You got a smartphone, you got data, got laptop, got a smartphone, you don't need to go to the scanner. Download scan on your phone. You can download scan, you scan the Adobe scanner. You scan that thing, your report, you scan your ID, you scan your mother's ID, father's ID. It's back now. So you make sure that you apply. First, your grades are good. You make sure that you've got those things that I told you. 6 7s metric, you are sitting, you go straight. 87% average, you are into medicine. That, and again, you come to the second one. If you got the 70s, the 60s, please. First option, medicine, you might get lucky, but the chances are minimal. I won't lie to you. Go for something like radiography, go for something like BSc, Then when you get to BSc, please, you SWAT, you make sure. It's not guaranteed, but if you study hard, you work hard, you'll be rewarded and you get into medicine. Radiography, same thing. The other thing that I wanted to mention now, just a reminder, if you choose to go with the medical degrees, like you don't go with BSc, you go with BRAD, radiography, physiotherapy, and all those things. The good thing about those things, let's take you as someone who gets the 2 distinctions, 70s there, 3 distinctions. Please, if you got 3 distinctions, and you think whether you can get to plus minus 4 distinctions, just go straight to these things that I'm telling you. Speech, radiography, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, oral hygiene, dental hygiene. I don't know if it's the same thing. Those things, dental therapy, those things. If you go dental therapy, oral hygiene, your main aim is to become a dental a doctor, right? Dentist. So in the distinction, please go to those things that I mentioned: physio, speech, OT, what's the other one? Dietitian. The good thing about those things, I really want to do medicine. The good thing about them, while you are busy fighting to get into medicine, you've got job security than being at BSc, right? You do have job security at BSc if you are really into it. Like, you can be a lab technician, you can be whatsoever. But if you do these ones that I'm telling you, they're just the ones that are below. You got job security. You know that after that, as a dietitian, you're going to work. As a radiographer, you're going to work. As whatsoever, you're going to work, right? Then you decide afterwards. So that's why I advise, if you know that I've got 4 distinctions, 3 distinctions, please don't waste your time. But if you got high hopes and you believe, hey, who am I to stop you? Now I'm just giving advice. The good thing is that you are the one who's deciding. So you choose those things. And then when you finish, you got decide. The other option, I said, it's abroad. You go abroad. Cuba, I've already explained. Just go rewind some seconds back. Other internationals, you need to have funds. You need to get funds. China, Russia, UK, wherever, you need to have funds. And then, then this was just the breakdown of how you get accepted. And that's how you get into medicine. So please make sure. It's not easy, like I said. It's not long. Every year it's becoming more challenging, more difficult because of the standard of our education. That's the only challenge thus far. So getting into medicine is a blessing. When you get there, please, if you get taken into anything that will lead you into medicine, hold on to that. It will pay off. So from me to you, I say thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And any requests of the videos, let me know. And from me to you, I say it was a good break from work, so let me go back to work, guys. A doctor is needed somewhere out there. And thank you for tuning in. Cheers.